In this bamboo rod building video, we're going to focus on node spacing and cutting these strip sections to length. Nodes are the growth rings on a bamboo culm, such as these. Quick show you how to split them down into working strips. It's not as easy as I will make it look here. Very easy to get these to go off track. These are our sections that have been split down. The nodes are weak points, so when we assemble a rod, we don't want two nodes, like right here, together when it's assembled. So what we do is we stagger the nodes. There's different methods for staggering. I like to use a method called 2x2x2. I'm matching up these two nodes, and these two nodes, numbering them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I cut them, plane them down, assemble the rod, we'll assemble it in the 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. And that will give me a symmetry as well. I'll have a node on this side of the rod and a node on this side of the rod opposing each other, and no nodes on the other 4 assembled pieces of the rod. Here's a finished rod with an example of node spacing. So here's a node. If I go and flip the rod completely to the opposite side, there's its matching counterpart node. No other sections in between have a node touching. And then the next nodes, if you move up the rod, will be on the next strip. Flip that over to complete opposite side, matching node. Staggered nodes of a butt section, cut to working length. For the tip sections, I'm completing the node spacing in the same exact manner that we did for the butts, but because I'm going to have matched tips, I'm doing, essentially doing 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 3s, 4s, etc. so that in the end I will have matched tips. It was 100 years ago when you were making split cane rods, you'd make matched tips. If one broke, you had a backup. That's not as much of a problem these days because of improvements in adhesives, varnishes. If you want to follow tradition, matching tips is tradition. One tip with modern glues, adhesives, and varnishes is just fine as well. You went through a rod here, and I matched it all up perfectly, which I'm not doing perfect right now, but just for sake of video. I've got nodes matching. If I find the next nodes up on the rod or further nodes in the rod, here's one right here, it'll be matching exactly to this rod, this other tip. So if you held these two side by side, they'll be matched. Probably say it a bunch more times as this video series progresses, but you know, these are just key highlight steps in the rod building process. Many steps usually in between these key steps that I'm not showing. For instance, at the ferrule stations where I know I'm going to be mounting ferrules, which are the areas where the rod sections will end up connecting, I'm trying to keep nodes 5 to 6 inches from the ferrule stations. Again, because nodes are weak points, ferrule stations are areas in the rod that could get a little bit more stress during fishing. Just cutting the tip sections now. We have enough strips node spaced and cut to working length to do a full butt section and 2 full tip sections, and we're still on our way.